I wanted to be that poster boy. I wanted to be that guy on the poster jumping out of the helicopter at the recruiter's office. And I'm almost there. I'm working on it. I'm getting close. Not quite yet. My name's Damon Lawrence. I'm 20 years old. I'm a specialist. I live in Medina, Ohio. My enlistment date is April 25th, 2006. I was working for a landscaper out of Strongsville. I had done a semester of college. I couldn't pay for it. I wanted to go back to school. I had some scholarships and stuff. It was snowing one day, so work got canceled. I drove into the recruiter's office. It was something I always wanted to do. I drove into the recruiter's office. I'm like, look, I want to go to school. I've always wanted to be in the military. I think it'd be, a cool, fun thing to do. Let me serve my country. He basically read me off. I can get you pay for your college tuition, and just started piling everything up. I went home. I took a couple days. I dropped it on my dad, and he was just kind of like stunned for a second. And we talked about it. And about a week later, I was in his office with my dad, and we were signing paperwork and getting everything rolling. My grandfather was in the Army. I mean, you watch the movies. I mean, we all watched G.I. Joe growing up. It was just something, you always played as a kid. You always wanted to be a soldier and stuff. I was in the situation where I needed something else, and that was the opportunity, so I took advantage of it. Everyone has their own feelings about it. I was told by a guy who was in once that anybody that says they support the troops but not the cause, he basically said they're full of shit. There's no way you can do that. You can't say you support someone but not the reasons they're doing it. And I agree with that to a point, and I don't. I support every soldier, Marine, seaman that's over there, and I do anything called upon me to do. I can't say that I agree with all our reasons personally, but then again, it's not my place. Me, myself, enlisting, it wasn't because of the politics. I'd like to say that I had Star Spangled dreams, and that's why I enlisted. But I think anybody that tells you that was the only reason isn't being completely honest with you. A lot of people do it for a lot of different reasons, and no matter what they are, you're doing a good thing as long as you keep that in mind. I take orders and I do my job, and that's what it is. Whether I agree or disagree with what's being done or said isn't my place. It's my job to do what I'm told and to do it to my best ability. I was a good kid in school. I was in every activity. I did volunteer teaching activities to help keep kids from smoking, drinking, doing all that kind of stuff while they were in school. I did other peer mentoring programs. And my mom and dad's divorce, me and my mom were both a little hot-headed, both got a little bit of a short temper, kind of stubborn. And there was a lot of things going on in her life and at that time that made it real difficult for us to see eye to eye. I think it was February of 2005. Kind of got the boot. me and my dad moved in together. It was a little rough at first. Me and my dad have always had a really good relationship. We operate as everything is ours. There were definitely some hard times for us. We talk about it often. When we first moved in together, we had 2 cans of soup we put up on top of the fridge, and we said, we have to open up these cans of soup. We hit rock bottom, and they're still on top of our fridge. Part of that's affects the relationship I have with my mom today. It's a very limited one. I mean, I love her and I do anything for her. You can definitely say me and my dad are a lot closer now than me and my mom. Anxious is the word now. For the longest time, it was like, geez, I wish it would just get here. And now as the day's edging up, it's kind of like, well, just get on the plane. I don't want to say it's hard to say goodbye, because it is and it isn't. It'd be easier once just already rolling. I'd really like to come back safe for my family, both, and myself. My buddy Ross is like, dude, he's like, watch your man. He said it's always those stories you hear about. It's the kid who was trying to live the American dream and do all that, try to do everything growing up, and then bow. So I guess that's my biggest fear. That's like wishing one hand in the other. So if it's gonna happen, it happens.